show you some Christmas spirit coming out of China here. All right.
I love that. Can you go back to that?
Yeah, sure. I'll go back.
I love that because it's serious.
Yeah.
If it was just an uncle, this is a Laoban uncle.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
In winter attire.
Yeah.
If it was just him messing around and hitting it around and joking, it would be like whatever. I wouldn't have included it. But he's dead serious because Chinese people have been told to reject Christmas or Western holidays in general.
Yeah.
So they actually stage these protests. And I at first I thought this was parody until I saw some of the other protests have been coming out.
Yeah.
From Ais and Shushu. So we say like Laoban, like Uncle Laobans and some Ais protesting
this
Christmas.
kind of thing does happen probably every other year or so.
Yeah.
You see a bit of a flare-up of this. But, you know, from my experience, people in China love to celebrate anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they love to celebrate Christmas. It's not religious.
No.
They don't go sit and talk about Mary and Jesus and some animals in a barn somewhere.
Sure.
What they do is they go out and they see lovely decorations and they buy stuff and they take part in the sort of capitalist side of Christmas.
I mean, probably even the majority don't.
Well,
but
they enjoy it. I'm saying, because it's there. They go to the malls and it's...
For sure.
And I remember specifically in 2007, was it? I think it was 2007. I went to Xi'an on Christmas Eve.
Did you find any wild mushrooms? Or?
No, but that was when I was going on the rapist bodyguard thing.
Right.
And the city was alive. This is Christmas Eve. And it was just people having a massive party. And they were throwing fireworks in the middle of the crowds and stuff, which I thought was a bit irresponsible.
Remember when they threw them at us as we were riding our motorcycles the whole time?
I remember that.
We were dodging them.
Yeah. But, I mean, what I'm saying is it's an excuse for especially young people to have a party.
Yeah.
Just like Halloween is in the West. Yeah. Let's be honest, Halloween, people go dress up and get drunk or whatever. Kids enjoy it for their thing, but I'm talking about like young adults.
Sure, yeah.
They just go out and, exactly. And there's no like religious thing behind it. It's just kind of like a go and have fun party, right? That's what Christmas is in China. Yeah. It's just kind of a have fun thing. But every once in a while, because of course it's popular, right?
Yeah.
Every once in a while, the sort of older government people and the like Laobans like this guy, they're like, no, that's not okay.
Yeah.
You must celebrate our Chinese festivals.
Sure.
And
I got Xi in my eyes.
Okay, good. Those Western festivals are no good. And I mean, sometimes it's just people striking out on their own, but sometimes it is a government mandate, and they teach it in schools.
For sure. Like they'll go through initiatives where Xi Jinping will say, okay, now it's time to go back on that thing that I said in Xi Jinping Thought that says, reject Western holidays or foreign festivals, as they say, and embrace or only celebrate Chinese holidays.
Yes.
And it's a real brainwashing campaign that they do make children chant in the schools.
Yeah. We've actually got we got some footage of that.
Shianta.
Okay, I just want to go back to that because, we both got kids, right? And I know that they learn in school about all different holidays.
Including Chinese?
Yeah, Chinese, they make a big thing out of the Chinese Spring Festival holiday, and they make lanterns and all that kind of stuff in their little kindergarten classes.
Even here, I mean, like, we've had an influx of Chinese immigrants.
Yeah.
And so they cater to them and they respect
But
their
I mean, I remember in South Africa when I was a little kid, I remember making those paper lanterns.
Yeah, I did too.
And
actually, I got a book out. I'm going to tell a quick story.
Sure.
I got a book out from the library. It was called Moi Moi. And it was about a little girl who celebrates her Chinese heritage or whatever.
Yeah.
And I thought it was so cool. It made me very interested in China. But I hadn't finished the book. And like towards the end of the book, it teaches you that Moi Moi actually means like little girl, little sister.
And Mei
it's
Cantonese.
Moi Moi in Cantonese, yeah. And so I told everyone in my class, I was like, I want my new nickname to be Moi Moi. And so I finished the book, and then everyone figured it out, and they all made fun of me and called me Moi Moi for a while.
Yeah.
Anyway, that being said, that we learned about Chinese culture even in the early 90s.
Yeah, mine is in the 80s.
In the 80s, right? Yeah.
I remember building those lanterns and, the little stick and walking around. So what I'm trying to say is that diversity is kind of celebrated. I mean, in the States, in my kids' school, they learn about all the Mexican stuff too, which I have no idea about because I'm not American. I can't speak Spanish or anything. But they do all that stuff in the class and everything from all over the world.
Yeah.
In China, it's like reject foreign holidays, celebrate only our. Just imagine if that was like that in the States, for instance.
Yeah.
You know, anything that's not like American, you know, like Independence Day or, you know, Easter or, you know, Christian type things, just it's not allowed. Imagine that, teaching brainwashing kids.
Sense.
So, I mean, you have to take a look at it from that point of view. It's actually a horrible thing to force children to reject other cultures.
I mean, think about it. Like, I grew up in rural New York, right? I know probably just as much about Mexico's holidays as I do about my own culture's holidays because we had Hispanic kids at school, and that's part of the curriculum. Yeah. Now, what the equivalent of China is doing is taking the most popular thing that maybe some of their citizens would be interested in and saying, no, that's not allowed, and it's bad.
Yeah.
Imagine saying that to someone.
Yeah, exactly.
It's insane.
It is. So here we've got a little group of IEs, as we say, aunties and so on, going around doing their thing, where they're like basically going to a shop and forcing them to take down a Christmas tree.
You see that? Like, just pause there. They forced this shop owner to take down a Christmas tree, and they're saying, you know, only celebrate Chinese holidays. So rejecting the Western...
What a 中国节. I mean, it's like they're just... And look at them waving their flags. They're being all patriotic, and you don't want that... Yeah.
救国中国节 means like only celebrate Chinese holidays. It's a good way to translate it, right?
Now, the thing is, like, if you look at it, it's like you've got a mob of these patriotic people coming around with their Chinese flags, forcing shops to take down Christmas decorations.
It's just ridiculous. Now, this doesn't represent
this is not from this year, by the way. This footage is from like a couple of years ago. But like we say, it flares up.
It does. Because you think it goes away and then they bring it back.
Yeah, every time. And then it's like, oh, you start to see the Christmas trees kind of appearing again at the malls and stuff. Then there'll be another government push or another big interest group, and people go around and do this crap.
It's really annoying.
It's super annoying. It's like, let them have a Christmas tree if they want. They're not preaching religion to you.
No.
You know what I mean?
No.
Geez, imagine if like they hung up like lanterns here during Chinese New Year, which they do, by the way, in parks and at universities and everything. Everywhere you go, you can see celebration of Chinese New Year. They got Chinatowns and stuff. It's huge. Just imagine people went around like and they were like smashing them down and like forcing people to take lanterns down and stuff. It's the same idea.
For sure.
It's actually a scary thing.
Yeah.
And it's something that I would hope the world would be working to go against rather than encouraging like China does.